It's good I'm actually far away from you guys, so I don't want to understand. So now remember, we look at two abstract earlier on. If you want to come closer, I think that's better because it's a small group. You find somewhere to charge here because I don't want to shout too loud since there are very few. So remember when we look at the two abstract, that is the only thing we have, right? We didn't have access to the full paper. But you could actually get a sense of where each of the articles were going with the abstract. That is the first thing you read and give you a sense of, do I want to read the full length? Okay, that's the pitch. So and then that is where you then take a decision about whether the rest of it will be interesting or not. So that is why the abstract is very important. But within the abstract itself, your first line is more important. Because it's the first line that will get the reader interested. Right? So when I read the first line here, it said the more widespread understanding of radicalism into the educational environment, especially on college, is very worrying. The first thing I'm saying is that this is not clear. This is not clear. Okay? So, and I think that came through the rest of the abstract itself. You have to make it clear, you have to make it concise, but also the first line in particular, you need to get me interested. You need to make me want to feel that I want to read more. Does that make sense, really? Because you are the one on the hot seat today. Yeah? Although your rector is back in, so I'm sure he's also, listening.
Change.
Sorry? Okay, go.
I want to change my abstract this.
To do what?
I am to change my abstract.
You want to change it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should modify it. You should edit it.
Oh, okay.
So that it looks better, so that it reads better, so that the sentences that are not clear, you clarified it. Okay, and then the one that, so the whole thing, I think you need to make it read, read better. Remember, there are 4 things that should be in your abstract. 4 key things that should be in your abstract. The first thing is a very quick and short, concise statement of aim. What is your paper about? All right? So that we need to see the aim coming through from the hub. When I read the first line, I want to get a sense, from the first 2 lines, I want to get a sense of what the aim of the paper is. The next thing that should then be there is your method. What method did you use to collect your data? Okay, so we need to see most likely the next sentence telling us about the method. Okay, whatever method you use, whether it's quantitative or qualitative, whatever it is, specific method. The third thing that we need to see there is your findings. What are the key findings of this research? What did you find? What are the main findings? And you're not going into details here. You're just telling us, quickly what are the findings. And then the fourth thing we need to see is what are the implications? The implications for policy, the implication for practice. So what did we say? The aim, the method you use to collect and analyze your data, the key findings, okay, and the implications. Implication both for policy, for practice, or if it has implication for theory as well. Is that okay? So I think this needs to be looked at. In your keywords, I think again, I don't know what I mentioned, you don't want to use the same words that are in your title. Because you want to expand the options so that people can find your article. So you need to expand that so that it's not just the same words that you find there. And like I said also, be careful about words that are difficult to understand or words that are peculiar to Indonesian context. Because you want the international readers to engage from the hub. Does that make sense? So that is that about the abstract. If we move on now, you had an introduction. The first question I want to ask you here actually is that which journal are you pitching this to? Do you have any journal in mind when you are preparing the article? Ready?
Yeah.
Yes. What journal?
There is in not journal but in proceedings.
Okay. So you are pitching this for a conference.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah. There is in we have a international conference in Adri. It is a 20. That's a 20 conference.
Okay, but you're still planning to publish this in a journal, right?
Yes. Okay.
So do you have any journal in mind?
Yes, we have journal, but still not indexed by. Not yet indexed by Scopus. The others.
Ah, why are you going for a journal that is not indexed?
Yeah, because I travel about technically internet. Yeah. OJS, we have problem about OJS.
Okay, so but I think you can make the paper better. So the thing is that if you have a journal in mind, or one or two journals in mind, then you are preparing your article with that journal in mind, okay?
Okay.
That will help you from the beginning. Even though you are still thinking about a conference, that is fine. But it is good for you when you are starting to prepare your manuscript, that you have a journal in mind.
Okay.
Because that will focus your mind, that will also make your effort to be more efficient.
Yes.
Because you have not just started by preparing the manuscript and then walking back afterwards to think about, oh, what journal can we pitch this to? This is part of the plan. So from the beginning, you are thinking, okay, these are one or two journals, narrow it down to just two, so that you're not, going in multiple directions. One or two is okay, and then you are then tailoring the way you prepare, the way you pitch it. Okay. So I would say you begin by choosing the journal, read at least 2 or 3 articles or more from that journal,
yes,
to know what your style is,
okay,
and then proceed from there to prepare your manuscript. I think that is the best way to go about it. Does that make sense? So now, under the introduction, so there is, from the beginning, it says, radicalism is the main obstacle to realizing the civil society in Indonesia, given the omission of the problems faced by minorities and weak enforcement of the law. There are 2 problems I have with this. The first problem is that the sentence itself is not very clear. When you say given the omission, what does this mean? Given the omission of the problem. Again, this comes back to a language issue, which you need to revise.
Yeah.
But the other problem I have with this is that I'm reading a paper that is pitched to international journal. And in the first line, I'm reading about what?
This is a local
exactly.
script, yeah.
That is not where you start when you're introducing. You want to first tell us about, the wider international context of the problem before you then tell us about, why you are then looking at it from the perspective of Indonesia. So pitch this by telling us actually about, radicalism in the broader international context. It's a big issue. There are a lot of papers that are there that you can look at. So something along the line of radicalism has become a major problem in the world today. Blah, 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 blah. A few other lines to set the stage so that if an international audience are reading it, they say, okay, I'm interested. And then when you then come down later to talking about Indonesia, it all makes sense, that, okay, yes, this is an international problem, but this is the way it is, particularly, manifesting in Indonesia. Okay, so that is that. But as you can see here, in the introduction, most of what you are saying have to do with Indonesia. I'm not saying that is not relevant. I'm saying that you would want to start from an international context first. Now here, in this line, I just made the point, this note that, these 2 paragraphs here underlines, a major challenge with the rest of the manuscript, and why it needs significant proofreading throughout. There are a lot of sentences there that are not very clear, that are awkward, or that that are grammatically maybe not, and it just hinders the flow and readability of the text.
It is not to the point. Yeah?
Sorry?
It is not to the point. Paragraph.
No, I'm not saying it's not good. The research is interesting. I'm just trying to identify a few things that you can look at to make it better. So this paragraph, for example, is not, there are a lot of sentences there. For example, he said, college is supposed to be a sterile environment from the influence of fundamental understand. That is not very clear. Okay?
Okay.
Again, but this was not the basis to understand the inclusion of radical, and therefore, again, there are a lot of problems with that. The first thing is that I shouldn't start the sentence with but, with the conjunction. The other thing is that this sentence itself is not clear. So, so these are things that can be, addressed, by giving this text, to the equivalent. So I don't want to repeat that. That's why I just highlighted these two paragraphs. It's not only these two paragraphs that have this problem, but it's just examples of some of the problems that I think can be fixed, in the rest of the text. Okay? So from introduction, we come to methods. And do you know my problem with that?
Yeah, we will make it more perfect.
There is no any thought about the problem with this?
Yeah, actually, we have a problem about the language type, yeah?
That's fine,
Yes.
but it's not, we've talked about the language, but there's another problem here.
Yeah.
Anybody, any thoughts on this? Because I don't want to do all the talking. Does anybody have an idea? What about the others? Not only the authors of the paper, Ahmad is the lead author here, the rector as well. And of course, Rennie is there. Any other person there want any thoughts on this? What do you think is the problem? Remember when we discussed the two abstracts? What were we looking for? You have not developed a theory here.
No.
You have gone from introduction to methods. There is no literature review. There is no development of theory. Any paper that is a full-length research article that wants to stand a chance in international journal must have a literature review or theory development. Certainly in the social sciences. Most of the time in the natural sciences, you probably need maybe 1 page or 2 page, usually maybe about 2 pages of theory. But here
we develop the model.
Down the line, you develop a model, but I'm saying there's no theory. You need to build on something. You need to know what has been done before. What have other scholars been writing about on radicalism in the world? Not just in Indonesia. What are the dimensions of radicalism? What are the factors that predisposes people to radicalism? The psychology of radicalism. So you need to pick, a lot of materials, from the psychology literature, from the theology literature, okay? From sociology literature, and a whole range of, synthesis, from different, fields of the inquiry to develop the theoretical framework for your study. That is what we then give the bite and the spark to your research, because you are synthesizing all these ideas and you are pitching. So whatever model you develop, whatever empirical model you develop, will then be like it's like somebody has built a very good foundation, right? Once you have a good foundation, you can build beautiful, edifices and buildings, like the one we are here now, or like Sarina. When Sarina yesterday, Amos and myself, the foundation is good. Now you can build on it. But if the foundation is not good, then we're not sure about what you are building. I don't want to enter there if I'm not sure about the foundation. So you need to build your theory. You need to show how you develop your theory through the review of the literature. I'm not an expert on this topic, but I'm saying, reading it, I think there will be a lot of things from psychology. Psychology of radicalization. From things about theology of radicalization. From things around social psychology as well. And a whole range of things, that comes about, how do people feel, alienated, how do people actually, become radicalized, what are the things that make them to get to that point and all of that. And then you can then come to tell us about your method. If you are doing an hypothesis, your hypothesis development has to be part of your theory development and literature review. Okay? So we need that. So that's the first thing I said. Apart from this introduction that we just finished reading, there is no proper development of the theory before the method section. Now, in the method section, you went on and said which I will compare with digital communication and social approach called the EBAT method. What is the EBAT method? Whenever you are using an acronym, the first time you use it, you need to write it in full. That is not coming across here. So this needs to be described. You need a bit more here before you bring the details or before you bring the table. But I like this part because then you are telling us about the kind of data you got. And then you are talking about the stages of implementation of the EBAT method. So this is where I have a few questions. Is this a research? In the sense of, or what kind of research is this? Maybe that's a more correct question. Is this an intervention research? Where you are identifying people who are radicalized and you are trying to de-radicalize them? Is this what this research is about? Or is it to study why people get radicalized? Because when you clarify your aim in the beginning, it will be easier to follow through on your method. Here, it seems to me that you've identified, you are trying to explain the process of the EBAT. And then you have a mind mapping figure here. And so this one, for example, that you put in the results should be in the method section. And then, because you are telling us about how. So this seems to me that it is an intervention, right? Yeah. Am I correct? Rennie?
Yeah.
So this is an intervention, right? You are finding students who are radicalized and you are trying to subject them to this experiment. This game, right?
Yeah.
So that's an experiment, sort of, because you're asking them to play a game.
Yeah.
And what does the game do? The game helps you to identify if they are radicalized?
Yeah.
Or what does the game do? Can you explain that?
To detect the radicalism they are doing.
So when they play the game, will you be able to find who is radicalized? Is this what you are trying to do? What does the game show?
Yeah, we have a process of a play of the game, and then if a student elected, we can identify there is a radical or individual.
Okay,
or
so that's what I'm
symbolic,
saying.
with the symbolic, and then there is not a method, but there is a model.
Okay, I understand that. So it is a model, but it also, so you are asking the student to play the game so that you can identify whether they have traces of radicalism in them. Yeah. Okay? So that is an intervention. Okay? It is still a method. It's a model, but it's also a method because you are using that to get a particular outcome, isn't it? And then when you get the outcome and find those who are then, radicalized or those who have traces of radicalism, you then put them through a program of counseling, right?
Yeah. So
I understand that. But I think, number one, this should be in the method section. That's the first comment. The second comment is that, I think that this is very interesting, actually. I think there is something that is quite, novel about the idea of, doing this intervention, because you're asking the student to play a game, so it's not the usual kind of collecting survey data and say, okay, this is self-reported. Because if you're asking somebody to say, are you radicalized? What do you think the answer is going to be? They will say no, right? Yeah. So that's why I like this method. Because they don't know the kind of information you are trying to get, and you're able to get that information. But there are a few questions there in terms of the ethical approach. All right? So in terms of what are you actually telling the student? Are you disclosing to them that you are testing them for radicalism?
Yeah, and in the first year, in the first year we looking for the symbol according with the base of a psychology approach, and then now we validation with the terrorism or former terrorism. We are validation about that in this step, this year.
Okay. So what I'm asking is that the students that are playing this game,
yes,
do they know that you are checking them out for radicalism?
Oh no. They don't know because we
So okay. Yeah. So did you get ethics approval for this?
Yeah, when they in a new student, we give them.
No.
Yes, we have we have a game for the how to your potential.
Okay, yeah, I understand that.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is that because you are collecting data from the student, did you get any ethics approval for this research? Is there an ethics? Do you have an ethics committee in your university?
Yeah, available. It's called this ethical committee.
Ah, so did you submit this proposal to them? Did they look at it?
Not yet. Not yet.
They didn't.
Yeah.
They have not looked at
it.
it.
Not yet. Maybe
Okay,
after
not yet. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think because already you carried out the research. Remember, this is what we were saying, you know, in the other session, you know, when Amos was still. Oops. Remember, we said it in the session with Amos. Now, before you carry out the research, you need to collect, you need to subject it to ethics approval and approve a formal letter of approval that this is ethically okay to collect data. So I think it is important. I know you've started this project already, but I think, you know, and it's good that the rector is here. So please, rector, I think you need to initiate a process where you have, did you say you have ethics committee?
Yeah.
Oh, you have ethics committee. Okay, so I think every research, especially the one that involves, you know, collecting sensitive data, because it is very sensitive data.
Yes.
You need to get ethics approval for it. Because in this case, you are not telling the students about what the information you are looking for. So there are a few cases that you can do that, but you need to set out the argument as to why. You need to set out the rationale, and then the ethics committee needs to look at it, maybe ask a few questions, and then approve it that it's okay. That we're giving you an exception in this case that you don't need to tell the student. Because you are collecting data, because it's sensitive, because it's about terrorism and all of that. Now this is a big issue actually in this paper. Because there is no editor. I'll be surprised if there's any editor of the Q1 or Q2 journal that you send this to, even Q3. Even those who may not be very overly interested in ethics, they will be interested in this because you are talking about terrorism. You are talking about radicalism, which is interesting on the one hand, because you are likely to get more published in that, because it's an interesting subject. But in the same way, you are likely to need more work to show that actually the process you are putting in place is good. So it's a kind of a two-edged sword, really. It's an interesting topic, but it also requires a lot of, you know, proof from you in terms of this is ethically sound. So that is the point of my comment here.
Yeah. Once more, but the ethics committee is very, very important, is right?
Yes. So this is very important.
What about the professional of the psychology? It is availability of ethics committee. We can join with them, or we make in myself. There is committee.
Yeah, I think you need to send your proposal to the committee, what you want to do, and let them look at it. Let them ask you questions, and let them then approve it and say this is good, this is okay.
Oh, okay.
Because if you are writing your manuscript, you need to tell people, you need to tell the editor and the reviewers that this is what you've done, this is how you've collected your approval. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
So let's move on then to this part, which I think is it part of the discussion? It looks like it's part of the discussion, right?
Yeah.
This part seems to be part of the discussion. Now, there are some part of it that feels, I don't know. I mean, so here, for example, it says, because Allah is fair, it is not possible in His holy book, contains, there are some grammar problem here, concepts that do not reflect justice, human values, or norms that are not in line with the principles of justice, human rights, and universal. This sentence needs to be revised to start with. It's too long. There are some grammar problems there. But again, you know, I've said that before, so I don't want to repeat that too much. But the other thing is that it is not very clear here whether the authors are actually describing their own beliefs, okay?
Okay.
Or whether you're actually discussing a well-known process of therapy. So I think you need to be clear about that.
Process of therapy.
Sorry?
Process of
okay, yeah, if you are just, you know, describing a process, then you need to rephrase this. Because this sounds more like you are talking about what you believe. You need to take yourself out as researchers and say something along the line of, okay, let me see if I give any suggestion there, actually. Okay, it could be something along the line of, in Islam, it is believed that Allah is does not condone injustice, and the principles that are laid out, blah, 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 blah. Because now you are now telling us about the practice and knowledge in Islam. You are not bringing yourself into it as if that is what you believe, even if you are Muslims yourself, because you are writing for an international audience and you are writing a process. You are telling us about a process. So you need to take yourself out of it and just describe the process. Does that make sense? Okay. So I think that is that there. And then so I think also I will expect you to also expand on this discussion a bit, because it's two things. So I mean the teams are okay because you are deeply, so this is a deeply phase by counseling and e-learning, which is good. The first phase is by hypnotherapy and religious actualization. Okay, whatever that is, you need to develop it in the light of your data. Okay, the other thing here actually is that we are not sure here, you have not told us, this is the results section. I will probably actually advise you to break the results section away from discussion, let it be a separate section. So the result, you need to tell us what your data is saying. But I don't know what your data is saying here. You just went straight to describing, apart from here where you say, about 30 to 21% radical tendency, you need to tell us more about what is the data. What did you find? Okay, and then go then to discuss it in the discussion. And then the conclusion, I think the conclusion is okay, but it's also a bit thin. I think you should have at least 2 paragraphs in your conclusion that brings out the implication, because this is something that actually has implication both for theory and practice, right? Because we are dealing with terrorism and radicalism. It has implication here in terms of how government deal with it. So I think there's room more to tell us a bit more about the conclusion here, what you found. And also, I'm not sure, since this is an intervention project, you should be telling us about what happens after this phase. Okay? What happened to the original? Are you asking them, will you tell them, this will be interesting, maybe after they've gone through the deepening phase, it will be interesting to ask them to go back and play the game.
Oh.
Yeah? Because then you can compare. And say, okay, and then part of your findings, part of the novelty of your findings will then be about, the effectiveness of this, therapy. Okay? Because if the answer, after they've gone to the deepening phase, when they play the game again, shows that, there are fewer students that are still radicalized, then that will show the effectiveness. And that would be a key selling point for this article.
It is like looping.
Yes. Yeah. Because then you have a comparison data. So you have a data before intervention and data after intervention. Okay?
Okay.
So I think this is just, this is my main comment. I think your references seems to be okay to me. Yes. Yeah, there seems to be, this one, you're not told us what pages. Is it only one page? This one is page 61. Page 61 to what? This one as well. It says volume 1, issue 1. Where's the page? No page number for this one. So, so these are things that we picked up down the line, though, after your paper has been, taken through the rounds of review and they want to publish it, they'll be asking you to fix all of it. So it's better to just fix it from the beginning, so as to save time. Okay?
Okay.
This one as well, no issue number. There's a volume number, but no issue number. So you see, I read through your paper very well. Alright, so thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
It's an interesting paper, and I think, you can do something with it that will be very interesting, if you implement all of those changes. Okay, so let's take one more before we take a break, shall we?
Okay. I have a note, but it is, maybe you can do two. The first is the terminology of the model in here text in as a method. I think we can change it. The method become a model. And the second is the after treatment we have to the test again. You know, this different
Yeah,
between,
to see
yeah?
whether this model here.
Yeah.
How much is it working?
Yeah, and then the second is about the writings. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the writing, you need to also have theory. I think I've said
Oh, yes, theory. Yeah.
So I think, please remember all of that. Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
So let's move on to the next article, which is